Well, this may be a relatively recent rivalry, but there's plenty of history behind it nonetheless. Two big beasts of the French game, battling over bragging rights, and perhaps much more. This is Le Classique, and it is not for the faint-hearted. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. A grand old guard taking on a relatively new superpower, spiced up by history and culture of cities and people.
Well, two teams that are a lot further away than normal derbies, shall we say, but it's one of these games that you know will get fiery no matter what happens, as there are so many underlying factors, Peter, as to how this rivalry came into prominence. It's almost impossible not to when there's a political and economic edge to it all.
Things already rolling. We are into reverse fixtures here. This is the second meeting between these sides. Paixão. He is through here. That's a nicely weighted pass. Aubameyang. He leaps for it. And it's hit the woodwork and out. Greenwood! And he has kept it out somehow.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Nearly, but not quite. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win, and he helped to introduce the footballing planet to Senegal.
Yeah, he did indeed, Peter. El Hadj Diouf, the undoubted driving force behind that fast, powerful, direct style of football that once shocked the world. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Nicely weighted ball. No joy this time. Paris Saint-Germain still without a single shot on target. Where Marseille have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Hakimi. He's got away. Hakimi. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Where? Greenwood. And he's quick to snatch it back. It's a really well-measured ball. Greenwood gets into a good position. Big chance, corner. Tries to get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Juve. Guiri. And it's Højbjerg. And where? Now it's Vitinha. Juve. Real chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Diouf deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Oh, given away. And a chance! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Paris Saint-Germain have their own... He's had a shot! And a neat finish! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So that's 2 now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Now it's Aubameyang. Oh, what has happened here? Bullish header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Paris Saint-Germain have hit a quick-fire double here and are firmly in the driving seat. 2-0 the score. And he's had a shot! But he's left disappointed.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Not the most convincing of passes. And that brings the first half to a close. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Paris Saint-Germain clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Paris Saint-Germain looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break. Oh, he's one-on-one! Knocks it back. Aimed beyond the defence. Aubameyang tries to play it through. Paixão. He's shifting through the gears here. Aubameyang. Oh, well played, well played.
Paixão clearly held on to it. Aubameyang really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half. Weir. Zaire Emery. Castolo looking to add to his goal. Balerdi. Emerson. Guiri distributed tidily. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, that looks a cracking ball. Oh, that's nice. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Guiri. Greenwood. Can he get it through?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Juve. He is through here. Juve stood his ground strongly. Can he finish? Juve, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
He's found space here. Guiri, and he's had it nicked away. He's picked his way through. Cross flung in towards the middle. Balerdi getting this one clear. Greenwood is right up in the top 10 scorers in the league. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Pass somewhat off target. Medina clears without hesitation. Vitinha. And it's Zaire Emery. Tries to pass it through. Is having a shot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
He was under real pressure there.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Vitinha. Big chance! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
Duke being hunted in packs.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter.
Emerson. Hakimi does really well to win the ball there. Can he get on the end of this? Vitinha is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Diouf. Traore. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Paris Saint-Germain have done their thing. They were driven by a desire. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things already rolling. Cameroon have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition. And we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Alexander-Arnold kept his eye on it, and he's there. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Raul. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, he's having a shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Paris Saint-Germain gain their reward with an early goal. Stood up well to him there.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And here's Abubakar. Burmo. It's going wide left. He slings it in. It's out for a goal kick. Iniesta. Beckham. And here's Batistuta. And this is Bebeto. And Cham.
Cameroon genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack. Variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
Cannavaro. And it's Beckham. Nice looking ball. Roll in acres of space out wide. Tolo. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Anguissa. That has been slung wide. Pings it across. Van der Ven tries to clear. Crossed it again. Some front-footed pressing going on here. That's been cut out, well played. Anguissa. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball, and he's picked it up out wide. The ball swung in. Cannavaro with the clearance. And he gets rid in a hurry. Makaleli. Raul. Tolo. Showing great feet there. Cham. Good ball, good take. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, good spread. Now the delivery. Van der Ven can get it clear. And he was quick to react. Now it's Batistuta. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Chamadeu. Burmo. Now it's Cham. And here's Abubakar. Can he finish? And it's come back out to him.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
And that signals the end of the first period. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Paris Saint-Germain just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure.
Makaleli with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Well, he'd used up all his chances, hadn't he, Peter? I mean, he was never going to get away with that one.
He's going for goal! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Iniesta. Zanetti. A man never lacking in drive or determination. Now it's Batistuta. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Out of play for a throw. Chamadeu. And Mbermo. Anguissa. Over to the other side. And this is Abubakar.
Vincent Abubakar really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Le nombre de spectateurs pour ce match, 80
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settled for a riskier approach now to defend this. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, there's the header!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
And this is Bebeto. That's really well cleared. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Beckham. Tries one from range. Now, who's going to be first to this? Alexander-Arnold plays it in. Cham. Looking to play him in. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, great leap! And no mistake. Do not write them off. Back they come. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Cameroon restore parity.
Oh, there's a genuine sense of tit-for-tat here, Pete.
Roll! Oh, that was no routine save.
Raul is offering a wry smile there.
And here's Batistuta.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It's a searching pass. And he's there to clear it. And it's Iniesta.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Anguissa. Well seen. Saw that coming. Iniesta.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's found space here. And he's certainly onside here. Looking for options for movement. Cleared without hesitation. He is just caressing the ball. Iniesta. Picked out brilliantly.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Cham. And the shot! It's anyone's ball now. And he can thump it away. Oh, looks a smashing ball. Zanetti clears without hesitation and claimed it back swiftly.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
That's really well manoeuvred. Tolo. Tolo is wide and looking to get onto this. Cham elects to cross. And we're done. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started. Bebeto, one half, of course, of one of the deadliest strike partnerships in history.
Yeah, he's the perfect fit for a fox-in-the-box type player, as he's got surprisingly good vision and an eye for a pass that allowed him to play more creative roles.
Whilst remaining, of course, a genuinely prolific goal scorer. A 29-goal season, a 25-goal season during his stint in Spain.
And people will, of course, remember him for coming up with one of football's most iconic celebrations, too.
It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Tries to pass it for Wood! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Wood clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Now it's Iniesta. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Passing is crisp and sharp.
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Now this could be a chance. Driving through the middle. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Now it's Wood. Paris Saint-Germain yet to have an attempt on goal. It's just beyond his reach. Cleared without hesitation. New Zealand are a team known for their direct brand of football, so Jim, what are we looking for here?
Well, I think it depends on a couple of things, Peter. Firstly, you know, whether they have a quality passer who can play those balls from a little deeper. And then secondly, you need someone up front to be able to hold on to it, be the link man. It can be very effective against teams that like to press high up the pitch.
Now it's Raul. Now it's Raul. And this is... And Bebeto! Oh, that was no routine save.
Bebeto actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Beckham. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Takes a shot! Well, that Looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it. Almost half an hour in now. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Alexander-Arnold. Makaleli. And he goes cross-field. And it's Zanetti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Wriggles his way through. Great vision. And that was very necessary. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cannavaro. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Raul finding himself in space. Nice interception, well timed. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And he's intervened well there. That's a cute ball. Chips it through. Corner it is. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. New Zealand are looking to go forward now. Couldn't squeeze it through. Zanetti. And Alexander-Arnold. Wood. Zanetti. And the referee has signalled for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So very little to report. Nothing indeed in terms of goals scored.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break.
Merci d'accueillir nos joueurs.
So off we go again.
Paris Saint-Germain have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Cannavaro. Iniesta. Zanetti. That's a nicely shaped ball. Big chance! Now, and again! He's delivered all right!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
But pour l'équipe du Paris Saint-Germain.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
So the first goal of the game.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Now it's Bebeto. Zanetti. That's a great ball. Oh, shooting chance! And that's a sharp finish. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop him.
19.
Paris Saint-Germain are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Strokes it back. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Space for him to turn and look. Impressive jump! And a neat finish! A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the
But
defence
pour
let
l'équipe de
themselves down by
Nouvelle-Zélande.
not picking him up?
Après
I think the
58
boss won't
minutes
be
de jeu
amused.
par le numéro 9.
Just one in it now.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Bebeto. Bebeto being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement because they've allowed him to run free.
Muscular approach does pay off here. Raul. Well timed, excellent interception. So 2-1 now, and things have got a whole lot more enthralling here.
Yeah, this is a real psychological test now that will tell us whether one side buckles and the other kicks on.
And he skips past his man.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And he's forced to go back. Can he get it through? A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And that is out of play. New Zealand choosing to make the first change.
Changement en cours.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And this is Iniesta. Beckham. Cross to the back post. That has been knocked clear. Into the last quarter of an hour. Passes short and sharp. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nicely weighted ball. Khan gets his hands on it and the danger is averted.
New Zealand really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Nice sequence of passes, this. Cannavaro deals with that comfortably.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Raul. Iniesta. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And this is Batistuta. Alexander-Arnold. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. And no, he's seen through all of that.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Wood has found the net here, of course. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
3 minutes.
Now the delivery. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Threads one in. Oh, no joy this time. Zanetti. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. And time is up. Paris Saint-Germain pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So things are underway. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends as long as there's a good early supply. So playing two strikers can can be a real help to this team. I mean, 4-4-2 these days, Peter, gets a lot of criticism, but it's unfair. Any system can work if you've got the right players.
Tries to pass it through. Spread neatly. Can he finish? And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Šeško. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I've always admired this striker, Šeško, Peter, because he's got that flair to his game, that swagger. You see a lot of it in his clever link-up play, and when he's making movements inside the box, his anticipation and decision-making are second to none.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. And they've got a throw. Paris Saint-Germain so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Oh, some astute defending there. And here's the chance to counter. Bebeto. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now who's going to be first to this? Bebeto engages and forces him off the ball. Slovenia are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Only partially clear. Slovenia are looking to go forward now. He's in plenty of space here. Defending here is really tight. Played out wide. Looking for the run. And he's chosen to go back. Can he finish? And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's been taken short. Lofted in. And he's managed to get rid. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Batistuta. Paris Saint-Germain couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Now it's Bebeto. Now it's Batistuta. And this is Raul. Out towards the flank. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Roll! That has been knocked clear. Iniesta finding himself in space. That's tidy. Zanetti delivers. And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
And that has been cleared. Threads one in. Zanetti.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Van de Ven. And it's Zanetti. For Iniesta. Heading backwards. Iniesta can see things others simply cannot. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Šeško. Now it's Bebeto. Now it's Batistuta. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Raul. Oh, good read. And the referee has blown for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Paris Saint-Germain really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
It's a good-looking delivery. Beckham. Iniesta. Raul, who needs just a moment to score a goal. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And this is Bebeto. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Bebeto. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Tries a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Stankovic. Played out to the left flank. Hoisted in. Goal kick, as confirmed by the referee. Van de Ven. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Makaleli. Can he get it through? Batistuta is flagged offside. Played out towards the right wing. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Bebeto. Beckham. Spread it left. Space for him to turn and look. Plays it across. All Black deals with that nice and simple. Bebeto, Batistuta. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Slovenia have got it back and they'll have another go. Biol. Stankovic. Oh, good spread. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal! And late in the day, a telling moment.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience. Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Paris Saint-Germain have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Oh, it's Raoul. Paris Saint-Germain still ahead by the game's only goal. No, he's just misjudged that one. Iniesta is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Very much into the last knockings. Now the ball in. Keeper's dealt with that.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Slovenia making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Quick look, thought about cutting inside. Khan claims it without any fuss. And that is as far as it goes. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Batistuta taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, this was a result that reflected the difference in team strengths. I mean, you felt that all they had to do was release their power and they were going to steamroll their opposition, which pretty much...
You